Yeah, he was first in by default, really. Tay was really tired. He was subbing in for Tay. Like I think JR's been unbelievable. This whole fall, I think the last few weeks and how he's played, right? So if you look at teams in practice, JR's with the starting group and Sir's with the other group, but that's just how we rotate. He got in first because Tay got tired, right? There's no man, I'm getting Sir in the game immediately. I don't want to get him in the game, yeah, because he's a really good player. But there wasn't a set plan for me to throw him in first. Right now, he's still trying to catch up with where he needs to be. But you see right away, those guys are comfortable putting the ball in his hands, right? Playing in middle pick and rolls with with a spread court where he can make passes. I think, he did it against Fort Wayne the other night. He checked in when we played Xavier in the second half and immediately threw a lob to Keba for a dunk, threw a skip cross court to Braden for a three. His ability to pass right now is his best ability. And now as he starts to get more comfortable, I think he'll start to make the open shots, the open catch and shoots that he gets. But being able to have an extra ball handler with size that can see over the defense is probably his best asset for us right now.
You feel like your team's improved a lot offensively this year. I know from year one to year two at Penn State, there are pretty dramatic improvements offensively across the board. Do you feel like you kind of see maybe a similar trajectory in that regard with this team, and what kind of lessons did you take from that experience?
Yeah.
Improving year one to year two to this team.
Yeah, I think people being more comfortable in our system, knowing what we're looking for, knowing what we're trying to do, knowing the shots we're trying to get, knowing how we're trying to attack. I think, in this short amount of time, I think if you look, the guys at Penn State, their second years when they really kind of took off, right? Jalen Pickett was a good player for us. He became All-American in year two. I think part of that was being comfortable. Same with some of the other guys. So I think Marcus, Braden, JR, Roper, Tay, they're more comfortable in what we're trying to do. Now we've also tweaked a bunch of stuff too, because now you got to move stuff to personnel. So I'm not we have a defensive system. It's probably never going to change, right? But offensively, it's going to shift and move all the time. So how we played in year one at Penn State and how we played in year two was vastly different. How we played in year two at Penn State and year one at Notre Dame is really different with our personnel and how we played. How we're going to play this year is way different than last year, right? I think that constantly needs to move. And, you find what's best for your group and what's best for your team. And then once they get comfortable with what we're looking for and how we do it and how we attack, I think that's how we really make a move and make a shift in year two.